Hey everyone, my name is Shilp Agarwal, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Blutag. Blutag is a platform that helps retailers and brands deliver voice-based shopping experiences for their customers. I want to spend a few minutes just talking a little bit about how these brands are leveraging voice technology to meet their own goals and KPIs, and talk a little bit about what that means in today's environment. I think it's fair to say that since the beginning of pandemic, retail really has changed forever. There's been a lot of focus on personalization, on digital commerce, and that has become extremely competitive when it comes to digital aspects of retail. So in today's environment, it becomes even more important to make sure that you are where your customers are. And let's see where the customers are now. Like, so if you just take a look at smart speakers in general, there's more than 150 million smart speakers in the US alone. And now when you try to look at voice commerce, 35 million people made at least one purchase using a smart speaker. So, that accounted for $22 billion in voice commerce transactions. Now that number, that's a 2020 figure, and that number in 2017 was just 2 billion. So it's gone more than 10x in just 3 years. And now it's on track to get to 164 billion by 2025. So, there's simple reason why all retailers are now taking note of voice and trying to figure out their own voice strategy. And the reason that it becomes important is that it is the ultimate way of being present in an ambient computing way for your customers. And the key for that is that you are able to service them in that moment when they are thinking about your brand. Even something as simple as placing an order, let's say online, and then realizing where your order is and being able to quickly ask your voice assistant, be like, hey, what's my order status, is something that people are really able to feel that moment where, like, hey, I'm trying to figure out where my order is. Let me just quickly ask because I have these devices all over my house. So that's a very basic example. But then, you also look at other aspects of, and so the top categories for us have been, baby, beauty, pet, groceries, for primarily because of that replenishment and reorder nature of that. And then these are consumables, people need them again and again. So, taking a simple look at an example of, whether it's your moisturizer or your pet food, you're running out of that. And that there's a moment that comes when that you're going to run out of it. And you know that you will have to reorder that at some point. And how many times does that happen where you actually are fully out of it and you never place that order, right? So in that moment, it's important to note that there was a moment where the customer had thought about reordering it. And if you were able to provide that ability in an ambient manner, they might have actually just said, hey, Google or Alexa, can you reorder my dog food? So, but now if you don't do that, there's a lot of risk, right? It's not just that losing that sale, but you now realize that, when they do completely run out of that dog food, you're sending them to a store because they need that, the same day. And you don't, you risk them discovering maybe a new brand that's not yours. And, how does that impact you? So, so it's very important to realize that it's the nature of ambient computing that lets you capture those moments when somebody's thinking about maybe placing an order or thinking about these things. And then you're able to convert that customer. So, customers, what are their goals and KPIs, increasing that shopping cart size or increasing that reorder frequency? What we've seen retailers do is that they've seen an increase in 35% in reorder frequency for the same reason. And when it comes to retailers like grocers, their goals are slightly different. They definitely want to have people ordering again and again, but they also want to increase that shopping cart size. Again, for a lot of reasons that there's a lot of costs involved in whether it's a curbside pickup, whether it's delivery. For them, having those extra items does make a difference in overall the bottom line of that. So on the grocer side, we've seen grocers that have increased their shopping cart sizes by 11-12%. And that's significant. When your shopping carts are maybe 30-35 items, getting those 3-4 extra items really does make that difference. So these are just a few examples, right, of how retailers are leveraging voice technology today. Key things are they realize that these devices are everywhere. Voice assistants are everywhere. They're going to be in cars. They're going to be in homes. And there's, there are several moments in somebody's day when they do think about, taking some action, which could be related to your brand or just retail in general. And being able to capture that moment to convert that into something that helps your own goals is something that everybody has to stay focused on. So yeah, that's just a little bit I wanted to share. Super excited to be here, be a part of Voice Summit. Looking forward to see what else is out there. Thanks.